Good evening, all. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now enter the venue. All are requested to stand up and remain standing till all the members of the procession have occupied their seats. What is it they're saying? Okay, the procession will start in 5 minutes. You can take your seats, please. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now enter the venue. All are requested to stand up and remain standing till all the members of the procession have occupied their seats. May I request you to please switch off your cell phones for the duration of the convocation for the smooth conduct of the proceedings. Further, I request parents and members of family of the graduating students during the conferral of titles and degrees to refrain from coming to the front side of dais for taking photographs. Individual photographs of all graduating students will be uploaded in the website and they can download their photographs. Please stand up.
I declare the convocation open. Dr. Nagesh Kumar, our chief guest. Shri Sachit Jain, guest of honor. Members of the Board of Governors of IIM Amritsar, Professor Debashish Chatterjee, Mentor Director, IIM Amritsar. Professor C. Raju, Nodal Professor, IIM Amritsar. Distinguished guests, parents, family members of our students, faculty and staff, friends from the media, and my dear graduating students. A very warm welcome to our third annual convocation. Today, we mark another milestone as a batch of 95 PGP students graduate from our institute. On this occasion, I feel privileged to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Nagesh Kumar, Director and Head of South and Southwest Asia, Office of United Nations, Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, based in New Delhi. He earlier served as Chief Economist of UNISCAP and Director of Macroeconomic Policy and Development Division, MPDD, and Director of Social Development Division at the UNISCAP headquarters in Bangkok. Before joining UNISCAP in 2009, Dr. Kumar served as Director General of Research and Information System for Developing Countries, a New Delhi-based policy think tank of the Government of India, and devoted to the international economic and development issues for 7 years. During 1993 and 1998, Dr. Kumar served on the faculty of United Nations University Institute for New Technologies in Maastricht, the Netherlands, and directed its research program on globalization, FDI, and technology transfers. He has also served as a consultant to the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, UNDP, UNCTAD, UNIDCO, UNDESA, ILO, the Commonwealth Secretariat, and the Commission on Intellectual Property Rights, among others. A PhD in economics from Delhi School of Economics, Dr. Kumar is recipient of the Exim Bank of India's first International Trade Research Award in 1989, and a GDN Medal for Best Research awarded by the World Bank and the Japanese government in 2000. Dr. Kumar has written extensively on the development cooperation, developmental impact of FDI, industrial and technology development policies, the challenge of new technologies for development, on regional economic cooperation in Asia, and on WTO and development, among other themes, resulting into 15 books, over 90 research papers in international and national peer-reviewed journals, among other publications. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Nagesh Kumar. Please join me in welcoming him to IIM Amritsar. It's my pleasure to also welcome Mr. Sachit Jain, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Vardhaman Special Steels. He was the Chairman of CII Himachal Pradesh State Council, Chairman of HRD Subcommittee CII Northern Region, President of Northern India Textile Mills Association, and the founder of Baddi Borotiwala Nalagarh Industries Association. He has been a member of the Advisory Board to the Himachal Pradesh Electricity Regulatory Commission and Advisory Board to the Minimum Wages Board. Valuing his contributions, he was honored by the government of Himachal Pradesh and was awarded the Prerna Sotra Puraskar. Mr. Jain is a transformational leader and has ensured a consistent stream of future leaders within Vardhaman to take larger roles over time. He has been a change agent at Vardhaman. His accomplishments in implementing IT project at Vardhaman have been showcased by IBM for global audience. He has also helped steer the implementation of TPM across Vardhaman Group. He currently heads the finance function of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Sachit Jain, our guest of honor today. Recollecting my pleasant experiences of working with the Government of Punjab and India as Chairperson BOG Amritsar, I wish to thank the Government of Punjab and the Government of India for promoting management, education and research in the state. The Government of Punjab has supported the growth of IIM Amritsar since its inception. In future too, we solicit the continued support of the state government for fulfilling our commitment to society and nation. I also take this opportunity to welcome the members of the Board of Governors and appreciate their guidance in achieving excellence in all the activities of the Institute. I also extend a warm welcome to the distinguished guests from the government, corporate, academia who are with us today. I also welcome the members of media and express my gratitude to them for their wide coverage of events at IIM Amritsar. In the span of 4 years since inception, IIM Amritsar has made a remarkable progress. We started our first batch with a strength of just 44, and within a year, we increased our PGP strength to 104. And now we are ready to increase the batch size further as our PGP program has been well established over the last few years. The Institute has earned an outstanding reputation for it in such a short span of time because of its academic excellence, quality placements, and high quality research. The increased number of seats will benefit a large number of students who are denied the opportunity of management education at the premier institutes. IIM Amritsar PGP program has gained from integration of 4 pedagogical components: classroom experience, project-based learning, exposure to thought leaders from the industry, and long duration of immersion in the industry. By doing so, we acknowledge that management teaching in isolation does not have any meaning. To encourage involvement of the industry, we invited as many as leaders to interact with our students. More than 50 industry leaders came down to IIM Amritsar to help our students gain exposure to the challenges and opportunities in the Indian industries. Through conclaves and workshops, we provided our students through exposure to the present situation of Indian companies. The students thus received the much needed exposure to current issues and developments in the industry. These interactions will ensure integration of experience and thought. Dear students, 2018-19 was a year of revolution for India and also the initiator of big developments in the country. India emerged as the fastest growing economy in the world and is expected to be one of the top 3 economic powers of the world in the next 10 to 15 years. Backed by its strong democracy and partnerships, India has retained its position as the 3rd largest startup base in the world with over 4,750 technology startups. India's labor force is expected to touch between 160 and 170 million by 2020. Based on the rate of population growth, increased labor force participation, and higher education enrollment, among other factors. The Indian growth story continues with merchandise exports have also increasing to 8.585% year on year to US $298 billion, while service exports have grown 8.54% to approximately US $185 billion as of February 2019. Net direct collection is also on an increase and has crossed 10 trillion rupees by March 16, 2019, while GST collection stood at about 10 trillion again as of February 2019. Based on all this all-round growth, the next decades appear promising for our country. However, sustainable growth will depend on the leadership in the business and industry. This is where our students can contribute immensely by being instrumental for the foundation of new businesses and for sustenance of emerging Indian and global companies operating in India. Let me share with you some of our achievements of 2018 and 19. This year, our students again impressed the recruiters with their prowess and received attractive offers for both summer and final placements. As a result, we saw a huge leap in the final placement figures, rising spectacularly from Rupees 10.5 lakh median to Rupees 12 lakh median this year. IIM Amritsar. IIM Amritsar has made a remarkable progress during the year 18-19 in various domains. Here are a few significant developments this year. Bloomberg Terminal was set up for the students to promote quality education and researching facilities. More than 30 students won top positions in management competition organized by various B schools and business organizations. Substantial increase was recorded in the summer and final placement offers made to IIM Amritsar students. More than 35 research papers and business cases were published in high-quality business and management journals by a team of just 10 faculty members. A large number of quality applications were received during the faculty recruitment drive of 1819 as a result of the growing popularity of the institute. Besides these institutional achievements, we have made significant headway with the activities related to the construction of the new campus, which is eagerly awaited by all of us. In August 2018, we signed an MOU with CPWD for construction of the IIM Amritsar campus at Manawala. Architects for the construction of the new campus have also been appointed. This year, we are hopeful of making faster progress in regarding the construction work. As the Institute's program, the PGP has made a tremendous progress and has established itself as a top-ranked program in the country. Continuous efforts are being made to take the program to the highest pinnacle. For the success of this program, I would like to congratulate Professor Debashish Chatterjee, Mentor Director Institute, Professor C. Raju, Nodal Professor, and the team of learned faculty members and staff of IIM Amritsar and IIM Kozhikode. The Institute faculty and staff deserve accolades for managing a pre-planned schedule of events with exceptional punctuality and efficient execution. Today is a proud moment for all of us here associated with IIM Amritsar. I feel happy to be in front of the bright, energetic young minds of India. Heartiest congratulations to all the graduating students, their parents, faculty, staff members, and the entire team on this milestone achievement. Turning to our graduating students, it's a pleasing sight to see so many visitors here in IIM Amritsar to celebrate with you. I am sincerely touched by this gesture of support to our students to the Institute. I'm optimistic about the fact that our graduates will honor their sacrifices that their parents and friends present here have made for them. The graduates will value and evaluate the love and nurturing you parents and friends have given to them by becoming outstanding citizens and professionals as they go forward in their lives. Dear students, it's time for you to reflect on your own efforts that helped you enter this institution and overcome the academic and non-academic challenges to sail through the artist program of 2 years. You have earned this degree by means of your own hard work and dedication. Earning this degree from one of the premier institutes of India is a matter of pride for all of you. It is a moment of pride for your teachers, parents, and those who had part in shaping your life so far. The knowledge, experience, skills, and moral ethical values that you have learned at IIM Amritsar would enable you to make a great start and a great citizen of this country. In the world you are entering, you must carry your professionalism along with your knowledge and skills. You must strive to become a professional who is fair and just. Be a professional who would make objective decisions based primarily on ethical interpretation and evaluation of data. Your professional conduct will ensure due regard from everyone, low or high in hierarchy. Remember, this would happen when you dedicate your lives to living by rules and ethics. I trust all my students that they will maintain integrity and live by ethics in their professional and personal lives. Dear students, it's also important to realize that whatever we are today is because of the contribution of our parents, friends, and society, and our nation. Therefore, you must remain concerned about the problems facing our society and nation, and must find a way to serve them in your capacity. And I would like to add over here, be always and always concerned about your families. Families come first. Taking care of your families will not only help the families get your professional advice, but will also make you a happier person. On this occasion, once again, I convey my heartiest congratulations to the parents and members of the families of all the graduating students and compliment them for providing their children with the guidance to withstand the pressure of a very demanding course at IIM and coming out with flying colors. I'm sure you would all forge ahead and make us all proud of you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
The magic of IIM Amritsar in the city of the Golden Temple gets even more magical with all the glitter this evening. This is a wonderful moment, a moment when anything can happen and everything is possible. Tonight is a rite of passage, a transformational journey from the luminous academic life to the invisible and the invincible challenges of the real world. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Nagesh Kumar, Sri Sachit Jain, Guest of Honor, Chairman, Board of Governors, Sri Sanjay Gupta, members of the Board of Governors, faculty and staff members of this institution, invited dignitaries and guests, graduating students and their families, members of the press and the electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. I join my chairman in extending on behalf of the IIM Amritsar family a warm and cordial welcome to you all for the third annual convocation of the Institute. We are grateful to you, Dr. Nagesh Kumar and Mr. Sachit Jain, for accepting our invitation to do the honors despite your punishing schedules. On behalf of our community, I thank you and extend to you our very warm and hearty welcome. Our illustrious chairman, Sri Sanjay Gupta, thank you for steering IMK towards what looks like a glorious future ahead. I will now present the director's report not as a compendium of achievements but as a story of aspiration. The detailed report will be presented by Professor Raju, my dean and nodal faculty at IIM Amritsar, who has put his heart and soul in supporting Amritsar as a sister institution of IIM Kozhikode. But before I present the report, may I request our graduating students to please stand up and applaud your teachers and your parents, your teachers here and your parents there, who brought you this far. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may sit now. IIM Amritsar seems to have done better than your parent institution, IIM Kozhikode, in testing their mettle in the national arena. During the academic year 2018 and 19, the students participated in several national level competitions and events and won as many as 30 of them. There are few jobs out there, we know, but there were several customers for our talent in campus, as is evident from our placement records. IIM Amritsar stands top on the in the merit list in comparison with the third generation of IIMs, placing a batch of 95 students with the highest average salary. IIM Amritsar has yet again surpassed all the previous benchmarks in the summer placements for 2018-20 with a staggering average stipend. A total of 55 recruiters visited our campus, with 48% first-time recruiters who offered outstanding opportunities to the keen and proactive students of IIM Amritsar. 10 full-time faculty members of this institution they have done incredible work in not just teaching and mentoring, but also in publishing high-quality research. During a recent recruitment drive for IIM Amritsar, we appointed world-class academic talent and were able to retain some of your star faculty. IIM Amritsar faculty has 32 journal publications, of which 2 in A star and 11 in A category publications. 2 cases appeared in IV publishing. This class is not just about sitting and studying. Our students have demonstrated that excellence is a way of life, even outside the classroom. Here, intellectual capital is amplified by the creation of social capital. Students ran a 5 kilometers marathon, highlighting their fight against substance abuse. You can applaud yourselves for that. Now, to those of you who are winning medals, I say congratulations. To those who have missed those medals by a whisker, I would say you're greater than whatever those medals define you by. To those who barely scraped through with liberal doses of D's and F's, I say to you, you too can be the president of a country someday. There are many things in life that will catch your eyes, but only a few will catch your heart. Pursue those. Let your aspiration be greater than your resources. Your faculty, your staff, and I will surely miss your presence when you're gone. I truly mean that. You are that batch that established IIM Amritsar as a front-runner among Generation 3 IIMs. You were also the first batch to have earned an MBA instead of a PGP. You remember that. You gave us the belief that underdogs with substantial resources, suboptimal resources, can produce exceptional human capital for the nation. I hold you in high esteem. continue to challenge status quo, including the quality of mess food that you challenged, of course, and you got by. Do not join the chorus of enablers that make mediocrity and corruption a way of life. As a protagonist of a film from my time, Anand said, Babu Moshai, Zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi. Life should be great and not long. The simple rule of success that I have learned over the years is this: to remain useful and relevant to your world. I will illustrate this with a real story about one of India's 5 Nobel laureates. This Nobel laureate was called Rabindranath Tagore. Incidentally, Tagore renounced his knighthood conferred by England in protest of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You would know that. Now, Tagore was walking in a village in Bengal with a visitor from England. In the distant fields, both heard a farmer sing a song in a crude voice. Tagore held back the visitor by his shirt sleeve and asked him to pay attention to that song. The foreigner thought this was strange, as the song was not sung in any rhyme or rhythm. Why should you wait to hear this song? He asked Tagore. Tagore said, the farmer is singing a song composed by me. Then he went on to say, now I realize, long after I am gone, my poems may be forgotten, but my songs will remain. They may even make me immortal, as they would be remembered by people who can sing them easily. His words were prophetic. Today he will stand up at the end of all, if at all, to one of his compositions that is now India's national anthem. In the end, as the Beatles song goes, the love you take is equal to the love you make. You will live not in the accomplishments that you have achieved so far, but in the hearts and minds of people that you have chosen to serve. This human world is not made up of molecules. They're made up of stories, so tell your stories well. All this wisdom is only for tomorrow, but tonight, be eager to let your hair down, throw your caps, and join the party. Jai Hind.
The most distinguished chief guest and guest of honor, respected chairman, and my dear beloved director, it is my honor to present few achievements IIM Amritsar has made, especially by students. The students during the academic year 2018-19 participated in several national level competitions and events and won as many 30 of them. To name a very few significant ones, Abhishek Chakravarti, Matthew and Vaibhav, PGP 4 batch who were in the first year, secured the first position in Precipice, the case study challenge conducted by IIM Indore. Saloni Singh won the article writing competitions in the management events organized by TAPME and IIM Udaipur. Ganesh Hariharan secured the first position in Flip National Challenge organized by Finitiatives Learning India Private Limited. Deep Shankar Shaha and Radhika Bayot, PGP 3 batch graduating students today, were the winners of the management events Case in Point and Gladiator organized by Xavier HR Association of Xavier University, Bhubaneswar. Sushant Shaurya secured first position in Pan-India Equity Trading Competition Pips and Profits organized by IIM Kozhikode. Ganesh Hariharan, Ayagri, DP, Prithviraj and Jayant Gautam, these graduating students today, were winners of the competition, The Perfect Pitch, organized by the FMS Delhi. Sweta Ramuka and Rishabh Puri, the PGP first year and then second year, both together, secured the first position in Reliance Grey Matters 2.0 quiz, national level quiz competition conducted by Reliance Campus Relations. Tarun Bodhwani, Vikram Chatterjee, and Vivek Singla graduating badges today were among the national top 3 winners in the case study competition organized by Yes Bank. Rohan Raj, Sushant Chaurya, and Shailesh Mishra, the graduating students today, secured the second position in Tradomania national level equity trading competition organized by IIM Ahmedabad. Shubhodip Chatterjee, Sweta Ramuka, and Adesh PGP graduating students now secured the second position in Advaita, a strategy competition organized by ISB Hyderabad. Tarun Budwani and Vaibhav Kathuria secured the second position in the Quiz Biz national level quiz competition conducted by IIM Nagpur. Tarun Budwani and Vaibhav Kathuria, the graduating students today, secured the second position in QBiz national level quiz competition conducted by IIM Rohtak. And several other student organized conclaves and talks, out of which we have HR conclave called Yukti. Yukti 18 had this conclave theme, HR business partnering. The conclave had, I request all of you please switch off your mobiles. Developing an inspired workforce through artful HR. The panelists include about 11 experts from all over the country. The Finance and Marketing Conclave, Paripekshya 18, also had the 2 themes, the financial prudence in India, current scenario, and way forward, and reinventing marketing for loyal customers. And we had about 10 experts from all over the country participated, discussed with the students. Operations and Strategy Conclave, Sankeshtra, had 9 distinguished visitors, and the theme for that was operational efficiency in modern retail, and the theme for strategy was business strategies in the face protectionism. And there is a remarkable spotlight guest lecture series was organized, and there were about 8 eminent people who came and talked to our students. This year, a Center for Entrepreneurship was constituted. I would like to thank Professor Anita for this. And with the Center for Entrepreneurship starting, I think one of the graduating students opted to be an entrepreneur from this year, opted out of the placements. Their corporate social responsibility club, Sankalp, was functioning well, and they have conducted a fundraising campaign to help the people of flood-affected areas in Kerala, and they also arranged a blood donation camp where about 43 volunteers donated blood. The institution had also organized a TEDx series of specialist speakers, and there were about 11 speakers and scholars shared the TEDx talks. With a very specific theme, fight against substance abuse, a 5-kilometer marathon was organized by the IIM Amritsar students, and there were about 400 runners participated in this running. And this year, the alumni meet was organized, called as Reunion R18, and several IIM Amritsar alumni participated in the same. And IIM Amritsar conducts an annual fest called Arunya, and this year there are about 1,000 plus students from different parts of the country participated in this event. Last year, IIM Amritsar received more than 6,000 applications. That's only those who were registered, out of which we have called for about 1,400 students, and 107 students joined this PGP program who are in the first year. And about the final placements, IIM Amritsar registered 100% placements this year, and 93 out of 95 students were placed. One student opted out as to be an entrepreneur, the other one got into the civil service. The highest domestic annual package has shot up from 17 lakhs per annum to 21 lakhs. The domestic average of the batch has also increased significantly from 11.02 to 12.20. And the annual package of the top 25% of the students is above 15.51 lakhs. And I am happy. And some of the recruiters include actually Deloitte, Group M, HDFC, and ICICI Lombard, and KPMG, and Motilal Oswal, and Tata Teleservices, and so on. I'm just happy to mention here that IIM Amritsar stands high above all third generation IIMs in the placement record, except IIM Nagpur and IIM Vizag. A little they are above us in the median salary only because they placed only 55, but we placed 95. I'm also feeling proud to mention here that IIM Amritsar placement has gone above IIM Rohtak. We are above IIM Rohtak with respect to average salary. And we are on par with IIM Kashipur. And we are only marginally lower to IIM Ranchi and IIM Raipur and IIM Tiruchirappalli. We will catch up next year. And the first year summer placements also shown a very good record. And the average stipend is about 68,000 rupees. And 25%, the top 25% of the students have received about 1.31 lakhs of the stipend. I joined my director to congratulate the faculties who were here last year. And like he said, that the 10 faculties could publish about at least 9 papers in the A category journals, 2 in A star and 7 in A. And about other publications include about 32 publications, 10 faculties in one academic year, which is marvelous. IIM Amritsar offered 44 electives last year. And the internal faculties managed about 31 courses out of the available courses. And faculties from IIM Rohtak, IIM Ranchi, IIMI Delhi, IIM Kozhikode, IIM Shillong, IIM Visakhapatnam, Nirma, and FMS Delhi, they all contributed to the teaching last academic year. The IIM Amritsar library has around 1,641 books, subscription of 22 e-databases, 22 periodicals, and 12 newspapers in hard copies. Access to 3,000 plus full-text journals, 1.5 lakh e-book titles, and 1,700 e-magazines and e-newspapers. Databases such as Bloomberg, Prowess IQ, Capitaline, EBSCO, Euromonitor, Emerald, Elsevier Science Direct, JSTOR, Taylor and Francis, Springer, and MarketLine Advantage, Financial Themes, Wall Street Journals, International New York Times, The Economist, etc., which are available only for the first generation IIMs. Our faculties regularly conduct weekly seminars wherein each faculty takes a turn of giving his research output to the other faculties, and some students also are welcome to join. They have been conducting this for the past 1 year and promoting interdisciplinary research among themselves. And thank you so much.
All candidates for the Master of Business Administration, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their degrees from the chairman of the Indian Institute of Management Amritsar, as I call their names, and then return to their seats and remain standing. Abhijit Vivek. Abhilash Reddy. Ankit Singh. Anushri Purohit, A.R. Ankur, Arjun, Arvind Kumar, Avil Anuj, Ayagiri D.P. Prithviraj, Baruk Kaushal, Bishal, Diori Sheresi, Divya S, Ganesh Hariharan, Rishikesh Kumar, Jayant Gautam, Karishma Singh Pawar, Kriti Arora, Tanveer Sharif, Medhavi Kumar, Neelaturi Sandeep Kumar, Panchsheel Pratik Khanda, Pramit Nyogi, Patankar Priyanka, Rohan Raj, Saikat Das Gupta, Sandeep Kumar Gupta, Sanjeet Lal, Sabri Chachi Pratap Singh, Shailendra Kumar Singh, Sashank Raturi, Shika, Shivani, Shubhra, Sushant, Udit Kumar, Vikram Chatterjee, Vipin Singh, Vivek Singla, Yamini Bose, Yalika Mahendra, Adesh, Aman, Anija, Apurva Tiwari, Ashish Kapoor, Ian Paul, Chandrasekhar, Deep Shankar Saha, Dhruv Sharma, Divyanshu, Indrani Mili, Kunal Govardhan, Manoj Kumar Bhagwan Das, Gunjan Gajanan, Ravi Nayak, Omkar Mishra, Prasoon Malik, Prateek Saini, Radhika Boyat, Rajendra Prasad, Ramanathan RM, Ramuka Shweta, Saloni Singh, Sandesh Ogu, Sanju Madhumita, Sanyam Agarwal, Sat Mule, Soumya Singh, Savant Sanjay, Sailesh Kumar Mishra, Shivam Rana, Shubhojit Mahapatra, Shubhodeep Chatterjee, Tarun Budwani, Chaitanya Kumar, Vijay Kumar Patel, Vikas Kumar, Vinayak Gautam, Vishal Pandey, Bajipale Vivek, Pradeep Kumar. Mr. Chairman, upon the recommendation of the Academic Council, I have the honor to present Abhijit Vivek and 94 others of PGP 03 batch who who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of studies and fulfilled all other requirements for the award of the Master of Business Administration, and request your kind self to confer the degrees on these candidates, of which 82 are present and 13 will receive their degree in absentia.
By authority given to me by the Board of Governors, Indian Institute of Management, Amritsar, I award you the Masters of Business Administration degree, and I charge that by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourself worthy of the award. Congratulations.
The Indian Institute of Management Amritsar Gold Medal for Scholastic Performance has been awarded to Ganesh Hariharan, who will come forward and receive the medal from the chief guest. The Indian Institute of Management Amritsar Gold Medal for Best All-Round Performance has been awarded to Ramanathan RM, who will come forward and receive the medal from the guest of honor. All graduating students will now take the oath of honor. I, as a graduate of IIM Amritsar, will take the responsibility of my actions and be accountable for its foreseeable consequences. I will hold every other human being in high regard. acknowledging the inherent differences, honoring the rights of others to be treated with dignity. I will act with utmost integrity and pursue my work upholding the highest ethical standards. This pledge I make freely and upon my honor.
May I request the guest of honor, Mr. Sachit Jain, to come and deliver his address. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Chairman, my fellow board members, the mentor director, the faculty, the graduating class of 2019 of IMA, and parents, family members, and media. It gives me immense pleasure to be amongst you all on this momentous occasion. You leave behind the world of grades, quizzes, surprise quizzes. I don't know whether you have surprise quizzes here or not. Projects, all that, and enter the real world. My memory takes me back exactly 30 years when I was at my convocation at another IIMA. I was then wondering how life would shape out, how things will happen. I was thinking about my job, and I was listening to your CTCs and your packages. So I, as a gold medalist from IIM Ahmedabad, had the CTC, my package was 40,000 rupees annual CTC. So I was thinking of at that time, what will be net worth? What will you make some money? What careers, house, car, wife, marriage, kids, and all that. That is all in front of me. I'm sure all of you will be sailing the same boat. The same thoughts would be in your minds, what lies ahead. However, now at the age of 53, with the benefit of hindsight, I'd like to share some of the really important issues that I feel are important in life. I have 10 of those for you. The first is health. Already 7 of my batchmates have passed away. Some others have had heart surgeries, other serious illnesses. It is because many of us, in our pursuit of career, moving ahead, we do not take care of our health. India is the diabetes capital and the cardiac problem capital of the world. This is a serious area all of us need to look at. In fact, in my organization, I've made, if you have a BMI over 28, you don't get an increment. Next year, 27, next year, 26. I'm just saying it's a serious area to look at. So exercise regularly, that's important. Eat right, think right, do right. The second, already chairman talked about it, and the director talked about it. Understand what's really important, family and friends. The relationship that we have with our parents, later spouse, siblings, children, very, very important. These are people who stand by you. And then friends. You can chill out, the people you can chill out with, you can hang out with, do things together, and people who can tell you on your face that you are behaving like an idiot when you're behaving like an idiot. Trust me, as you move up in life, the number of people who can call you that becomes fewer and fewer. Nurture that. Third, be authentic to yourself. For that, it is important to figure out who you are. What's really important to you. Many of us leave that aside in the pursuit of career. I've seen that happening across my friends as we all grew up. But some of us stuck to the core. That's very important. And you have to figure out what your heart feels. You have to learn to listen to your heart. Again, that was talked about earlier today. So I'm seeing very common thoughts resonating between my earlier speakers, both the chairman and the director talked about this. Fourth, people skills. I remember even in my time, OB courses, hardly anybody took them. You took the compulsory OB courses, never the electives. We were all focusing on the marketing courses and the finance courses. Now, most IIM graduates are high on IQ, but not as high on EQ. In real life, that is what is important. How do you deal with people? How do you get the best out of people? You have to learn that. You have to learn how to give appreciation, how not to get angry. It's so easy to shout at people who are junior to you, who are lower than you in status. How to control all that. I would suggest all of you to read the book, I think written in the 50s, but a very old book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, a Bible on relationships. It will help you to become successful in the true sense. Try to be nice. It's become unfashionable to be nice these days. You have to be ambitious. In the cutthroat world of competition, you are stepping on people's toes to get ahead. We cut a few corners here and there. We break the law here and there, and so on. It's all done. This is part of growing up. This is a part of getting ahead. They are doing it. They are doing it. He's doing it, and so on. Remember that being nice feels good and is good. The fifth, courage. Courage to stand out. The courage to do what you think is right. Today, we are all optimistic about life. However, life will not always be hunky-dory. There'll be disappointments. There'll be failures. There'll be difficulty that will arise that we never imagined before. And life will take shape in ways we never thought of. We'll falter. It becomes very easy in such situations to fall into inaction, fall into despair, dejection, depression. It is extremely important to have the courage to stand up again, to try again, and the determination to go on, lift ourselves up and fight on. That is life. I am reminded of a sher, the only sher that I know. My grandfather used to tell me when I was a small kid, गिरते हैं शह सवार ही मैदान जंग में, वो तिफ्र क्या गिरेंगे जो घुटनों के बल चले. So if you fall, that's okay. So my wife calls me damaged goods because I'm always injured somewhere or the other. And I like to exercise, I like to work hard, I like to work on myself. But people who don't exercise at all will never have the injury, right? So this is something we're going to try out. The sixth, we become too serious. Have fun. It's important. Remember to have a life. Go trekking. I started trekking, high altitude trekking at the age of 47. I am scheduled to go to Ladakh Markha Valley trek, 17,100 feet. Now, people call me crazy. At this age, if you've not been doing it earlier, if you're doing it earlier, it's fine to continue. But at this age, to start these kind of things, go scuba diving. Don't let your dreams get unfulfilled. Sing, dance, travel, party. It's important to have these things in addition to your regular life of work, which is your primary goal, looking after your families, but look after yourself also. Seventh, in the pursuit of career and money and income and promotions, remember that you have to connect to a cause bigger than yourself. Think about your country, which has given you so much. Think of a cause bigger than you in your communities, in your city, anywhere. We need to remember, are we helping by our actions to make the country stronger on a continuous basis? What is the country but a collection of its citizens and a collection of its institutions? And IIM Amritsar is one such institution where all of you are part of. As you go ahead, as you do well, as you turn out to be good citizens, corporate citizens, people will say, ah, IIM Amritsar coming up. The brand equity, what I enjoyed at IIM Ahmedabad was the effort done by my seniors years before me. And people like me, my batchmates, my friends continue to add to that. Are we setting an example for youngsters to follow? We are role models eventually. And are we doing that? Will the country, the community, anything, will it be better because we were here in this world? Today morning, while I came to Amritsar, I also went to meet a friend of mine. Friend is an interesting word. I had met this guy once before, 27 years ago, in a chance flight from Bombay to Delhi. I never met him again. I met him today. He feels, I don't know why he feels that the chance conversation we had changed his life, and he believes for the better. So the point is, who knows who, where is waiting, whose life you can touch. So connect to a bigger cause. Eighth, learn to meditate. This is a very important habit to acquire. Meditation is something that will make you calmer, that will make you relaxed, will take away stress, depression, dejection, anger, irritation, frustration, all the ills of modern life. Meditation is one method through which you can kill all of these. Also, meditation helps you to focus better, helps you to get your energy aligned to take you to achieve your goals. This is something that I believe very strongly. In fact, I started on the path of meditation much later in life. But this is something, through hindsight, I can tell you, will be very useful to you. Ninth, it's a cliche, but develop an attitude of gratitude. When we are amongst our batchmates, we are constantly comparing who got a better grade. When I was in the race for my gold medal, I was constantly comparing grades of my fellow competitors, and I drove myself to stress. I got so stressed. I didn't know stress before that, and thankfully I don't know stress after that. But that period, when I was fighting for the gold medal, it was a very stressful period of my life. We are worried about who ranks of people, we are worried about who's got a bigger package, who has better looks, who has got a better boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. And we feel left behind. We forget that we are a privileged few, part of a very tiny minority that has had the pleasure and the privilege to enjoy this education. Feel privileged, feel gratitude, and try to see how we can give back to this society. And 10th, lastly, learn to love. And not love money, wealth, your car, etc. Of course, that is also important. Some people say it's better to be miserable in a BMW than to be happy without. I don't subscribe to that. But fall in love. Love your fellow human beings, your parents, your friends, and so on. But all of this begins with one: learn to love yourself. And my special advice to young women out here, I am very happy to see so many women. Women have this issue a little bit more than men. Women can very easily be led down by society. Society puts unnecessary pressure on women. Men have it easier. Unless you have 3 women in your house, like I have 3 women, 2 daughters and a wife, then the life of a man is very tough. But otherwise, women get it tougher. So how to become stronger? Learn to love yourself. These 10 points, my young friends, will help you as guideposts to help you lead a happier life and more fulfilling life. You have your whole life ahead of you. Be positive, go forth and conquer. I wish all the best to each one of you here today, your parents, your relatives who are here today. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Sachit Jain. Now I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Nagesh Kumar, to come and give his address. Thank you.
Good evening. The Chairman of Board of Governors of Indian Institute of Management, Amritsar, the guest of honor who had just spoken with very high words of wisdom, which I really enjoyed listening to him. The mentor director, very distinguished members of IIM faculty, all the young friends, graduating students of this institute, the parents. It's a pleasure and honor for me to join you on this very important day of your life. You are receiving degrees, completing your education in management from this very important institute. IIMs have built a name, and this latest edition of IIM institutes in Amritsar, will actually look forward and benefit from what you do to the society to build the name, as my predecessor said. So you have a very strong, very heavy responsibility on your shoulders to do well in your careers and bring a good name to this new fledgling institute, and make sure that it lives up to the reputation that all other premier institutes with IIM name have built for themselves. You have already heard a number of words of wisdom from the director, the guest of honor, the chairman, and you have taken the oath for the education you have received from here. So that shows that we have very high expectations from you. I'm going to add to that list because you are a generation, you represent a generation that will live through to see India becoming one of the topmost economies of the world for the second time. Why second time? Because if you read about Angus Madison's work, it is documented that for much of the history, from the first millennium till the 18th millennium or 18th century, India was one of the biggest economies of the world. And together with another giant in the neighborhood, China and India together commanded more than half of world's income, world's GDP, or world's total product. So there was a leadership that India enjoyed in the world economy, and you may have read or heard from your forefathers that India was once called a bird of gold, golden bird. And that was not without any basis. So Angus Madison, a Dutch economist living in Groningen, went through all different documents and has a documented evidence that India was indeed the largest economy at a time, and continued to remain one of the largest till 1820 AD. And after that, the colonization of the country, both China and India, was decimated. If you go at some point to the Tower of London, you will find documented evidence there how Britain's economy prospered during the time when they colonized India. They were colonial masters of India. Their GDP grew by, that was sort of increased by 5 times because of the plundering of resources of India that were taken back to England. So in UK or the British economy prospered, India was, impoverished, and we ended up from being, 25% of the world economy to just less than 2%. Both China and India were brought down to under 2% kind of share of the GDP when they left. Now we are rebuilding the economy, and India is projected to be, by 2050 at the latest, will be among the top 2 or 3 of the world economies. Currently, India is the 6th largest economy of the world with nearly $3 trillion of GDP, and it is in a striking distance from England, our former colonial master. The GDP of England is 2.9 trillion, and India's is England's is 2.98 trillion, and India's is 2.92 or 93. So it's very small marginal distance that we have to cover, and the projections are that we will cross that in 2020, next year. So we will be at the 5th rank. Then, it will take few years to cross the next hurdle, which is Germany, then Japan, and then we are in the top 3. The other 2 in the top 3 are United States and China. So you will definitely be, among those who would live through that momentous occasion for India to be in the top leagues. And the message I have for you is that when we are on to that moment of glory, regaining the glory, I would say, or re-emerging at the top of the leagues in the global order, there are many things which we will need to do between now and then. And as young graduates of IIM, and I know for sure from the records of the graduates of Indian Institutes of Management, and I know we have just heard one of those illustrious graduates of Indian Institutes of Management, and what he has achieved and learned, and the words of wisdom he gave you are really coming out of his very long career and achievements. So we know that you will reach the positions of leadership and in the enterprises that you join. So you will be in the decision-making roles in not so distant a future. So I have few messages to give to you, adding on to the list of the messages that you have heard from the chairman and the guest of honor. So what I would say to you is that when you reach the positions of authority or decision making, when you are in those positions, what would one expect from you? One is that in your conduct, when you are driving the enterprises that you join, there are certain things that Indian companies have not learned, and those are very, very critical for future and for growth. And that is about innovation. The Indian companies, they have over the years developed a lot of strengths. Many of them are global enterprises in their own right. But certain things they neglect except for a handful of them. And that is the importance of innovation, R&D, or research and development. You know that India as a nation spends only 0.8% of our GDP on R&D. And the other thing is that 80% of that is spent in government labs, government laboratories. Companies which are supposed to be drivers of innovation in India have not learned to do that. So the country is not able to get the benefits of that innovation which drives productivity improvements. You know, you must have read about total factor productivity, which is a free contribution to growth on top of labor's contribution and capital's contribution. There is something which is an added on, which comes from innovation and disruption, creative destruction. So the new technology development, and it's not that India is lacking in skills. India has some of the best skill sets, so and other companies from the world are harnessing India's strengths in skills. And they are coming and doing innovation for their own global operations. But Indian companies themselves are very much behind in this. So when you are in the position of authority, leadership, or decision making, you would, understand the value of the R&D, investing in technology, investing in innovation, investing in R&D, and building the future, building the productivity development, productivity growth, and all that. So this is one thing you should pay attention to. And whomsoever is the decision maker, direct their attention to. Just to give you some examples, how the Japan, Germany, the Republic of Korea, have got where they are today in terms of technological leadership. And because they spend over 2% of their GDP on, R&D, and bulk of that is spent by companies. So they build the portfolios of patents, intellectual property, and all that, and then use that as a leverage, as a lever to worldwide operations and dominance. So this is something I think is very important, and you should keep that in mind. The second thing is the human resource development, continuous learning, vocational training. So investing in training of your teams, your staff, it cannot be overemphasized. So this is another thing which Indian companies in general are not so good at. And I think if everyone is so conscious of investing in talent, so this is like investing in your future and empowerment of the staff and teams. So this is something, again, I would emphasize that you invest in. The third thing I would suggest or expect from you is to pay attention to the corporate social responsibility. This is again something which guest of honor was emphasizing, paying back to the society. Paying back to the society because you are product of everybody else's efforts and contributions over time. And so when you are reaping the harvest of investment by the nation and society in you, now it is your time, your turn to pay back. So through your actions, make your organizations more active in corporate social responsibilities. Number of companies in India do a lot of work in corporate social responsibilities. You have heard of Tata's running so many charitable trusts. Wipro's Ajim Premji has donated half of his net worth. So there are many shining examples, but rest of the lot is not there yet. So much so that government had to pass an act of that every company has to donate 2% of their profits for corporate social responsibility. Remember, the development is a collective journey. It cannot be just left to the government. So everybody has to contribute to it. We have this tendency that, it is government's job to build the roads or to build the toilets or build the schools or build the hospitals, It is also as much responsibility of those who are empowered, those who have resources, like corporations of this country. So this corporate social responsibility, paying back to the society, is again a very important contribution that companies can make. And you as new leaders of those companies should keep this in your mind. Next thing I would add to my list for you would be pursuing sustainability and responsible business. This is something, there was a time when we never bothered about the planet or the sustainability aspect because resources were abundant. The stress on the environment was not so visible, but over time we have seen what we have done. We have messed up our environment, we have polluted our air, and the climate change, the global warming is inviting so many kind of problems and challenges. We see the extreme weather events, that very strong winters, very strong summers, and rains when they are not expected, flooding, earthquakes. So all kinds of disturbances, these are result of not paying attention to the planet and the earth. So we need to live responsibly. We need to leave the planet the way we inherit it from the previous generations and leave it in a better shape for the future generations. We can't plunder all its resources for our generation and forget about the future. So we need to invest and pay back to the nature. And so responsible and sustainable businesses we need to build. And we are discovering that sustainability is not a burden. It can be a good business. There are many models and many companies which have tried converting waste and affluence into wealth. There are many companies which are turning the waste and affluence into energy. And sometimes we used to think that renewable energy, for instance, is a very expensive proposition for this poor country. It's not anymore. You know that the solar energy over time has become so affordable that the government, there is a model that Government of India has evolved that it supports renewable energy or solar energy by extending long-term 25 years purchase agreements. That anybody who is investing in solar energy is guaranteed as a fixed price that they will, whatever is generated will be bought by state electricity utilities. And the rates at which currently solar is available is actually lower than the coal-based thermal power, highly polluting type of power. So it is possible to pursue sustainability and it will not be a burden. So this is the message that we have learned in the recent times. There are many, many models of circular economy, exploiting the recycling and making recycling as a very powerful tool and also profitable business. So I think paying attention to sustainability is another very important thing that you should keep in mind when you are in the decision-making processes. And as you rise up and move up the ladder, you know, whatever you can do from your side to contribute to sustainability of the business, that is something very important. Gender equality. You know, giving equal opportunities to women is something, again, a very important, thing, that, and also, my predecessor emphasized about that. India is one economy that has the, if not the lowest, but one of the lowest rates of labor force participation of women. And this rate is not only lower than rest of the world, but it is going down. That means we are not harnessing the full potential of our women folk. And this is something which comes at a very huge cost. There was a McKinsey Global Institute study done 2 years ago, which found that India could be adding to its GDP some $2.9 trillion, which is like the size of the current GDP by 2025, by harnessing, the potential of women or giving them equal opportunities. So this is something, a decision maker, a leader in the corporate world can pursue. How? Just telling your recruitment people that pay attention to women, in equally qualified women, and go for them. In United Nations, where I work with, there is a policy that at top level, we should have 50-50. So at the leadership level, we are only recruiting women unless it is impossible to find a woman for a particular job. So the Secretary General has told us many times, if you send me a recommendation of a man for a leadership position, until the organization has this equality, full equality at all different levels, 50-50, I am not going to approve that man for a leadership position unless you can justify to me that every effort was made to recruit a qualified woman and we could not for these reasons. So he needs a justification. So this is the kind of approach which is needed to bring about gender equality and to benefit from their productive potential for economic development. So there are many other things that we can talk about, and many of these are enshrined in the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. I'm sure you may have heard about it. This is an agenda of development goals and targets, which were adopted after a lot of consultations at different levels in 193 member countries of United Nations, including India, by their leaders in 2015 in New York at the summit of United Nations. And this set of goals it looks very long list, but basically these are common sense kind of goals about pursuing prosperity, but keeping in mind people and the planet. So become rich, become affluent, but keep in mind that everybody has benefited from the growth and nobody is left behind. We have paid attention to sustainability and the planet, and we have taken care of the rising inequalities and all that. So basically it is a very simple set of goals and targets. So if you have gone through and kept them in mind, I think that will be a huge contribution to India's rise and becoming a top economy of the world, which is not only large in size, but it is also, a economy which is, inclusive and sustainable, because with greatness always come responsibilities. When somebody travels to United States or another developed country, what do you expect? You expect that they will not be a beggar, the infrastructure will be good, the cities will be clean, the people will be nice, they will be courteous. You expect certain things from a rich, developed country. We need to be there in terms of all of these respects. So we can't be, a top economy of the world and not having discipline on ourselves, not having, national character, we not having some courtesies for foreigners. So we need to deliver on the expectations that will there be when somebody is visiting from outside a great nation like India, and you come and you see, chaos that we have. So we have, a lot of work to do, and as students of, one of the premier series of institutions, you have great responsibility on yourself to deliver on all of these things that will contribute to building a great nation. And so you need to be a good human being, as all of those list of 10 commandments of the special guest of honor, and some of these things which I listed out for you to make India a great nation. And on that note, I would congratulate you on your achievement, and we wish you all the very best in your new career, and the sort of world of opportunity awaits you, and you will, I'm sure, rise to the occasion and make this country great. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Nagesh Kumar. I now declare the convocation closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now leave the venue. You may please stand up and remain standing till all the members of the procession have left the venue. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the dinner, and it is requested to all of the students, please sit here only. Thank you.